innovative content, global audience.
Viewers, yes, it's another beautiful Saturday here in London, the world's capital city. It's a casual Saturday morning for me. What about you? Of course, I know how it goes every Saturday. Oh, I'm very feeling. How are you doing this morning? Well, thanks for joining us this morning. This is Romance and Relationship, and I'm your host, Princess Kessy. You're welcome to the program. Now, today's topic is quite an interesting topic, and I picked this topic because we live in a world where people tend to hide who they are for whatever reason. I don't know, and of course, that is the reason for the topic today. You're welcome. I have some beautiful guests this morning. The good thing about this show today is that I'm going to have both gender so that it will not be as if I'm biased. Like people used to accuse me that I'm always biased. If I'm bringing some topic, it will be a lady or a man. Why not make it a balanced report? That is what I've come to do this morning. And my today's topic is pretense. Why do people pretend in relationship? I don't see any reason if you ask me. If you're in love with somebody, you should be able to tell them the truth or open up no matter the situation. Now, for many people, relationship pretense start the moment they first meet each other. It is almost a cliche that you meet somebody and because you feel they are way above you, you start now pretending, hiding your true identity. Forgetting that when you copy somebody or when you tend to pretend, you limit your own self. Good morning. I have with me on the show this morning. Let it not be as if I'm the only one that is going to debate pretense in relationship. I have with me this morning PAULA. Good morning, PAULA. How are you doing?
Hi, good morning. Good morning. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for
Yes,
inviting me.
nice to have you here as well. I have another
Thank
guest this morning, Ray. You have to put up sit back a little so we can get to see your face, Ray. Hi. If you can hear me, Ray, I will want you to sit back a little. Yes, and my second guest this morning, like I did promise, I'm going to bring two people, and they are here. It's Ray Roy, the CEO of BEEFRECORD, Abuja. Good morning. Ray, can you hear me? Okay, Ray, you have to log in. Make sure you unmute your sound and your video before you log in, Ray, so you can join us in this discussion. Paula, let me start with you. Now, why do you think people pretend in relationship? Hello, Paula, can you hear me? We're having network issues with Paula, and it's going to be a beautiful morning, so network is not going to disrupt my show this morning. Yes, now, before they will come back, let me even say something. Now, when we talk about pretense in relationship, I don't know why people pretend, but I feel like when you meet someone, there's this cliche that says you tend to hide who you are, your identity, just to fit into the person's standard or just to be who you are not. And it's that the moment you see the person, maybe the way they present themselves, and you feel like, oh, this person's standard is way above me. I can't measure up to them, so I have to pretend. I have to lie. Pretense is lie. It's faking. It's faking your life, your emotions, and everything. Paula, you're welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
When you hear the word pretense, what comes to your mind, and why do you think people pretend in relationship? We live in a society where a lot of young people tend to pretend. They tend to hide their true identity, their lives, just because they want to measure up to a certain level or for one reason or the other. But what's your opinion on this?
Okay, for me, I think why people pretend in the relationship, they pretend to gain attention. I think attention is one of the major thing. Like when you are looking like you want your person to accept you, you want your person to pay attention to you, you want to be heard all the time. Like there are some things that you do, some things you tend to say that you are not supposed to say. Like some partners, they go as far as saying things that they are not, things that are not happening to them, like being pitiful, like they want to be pitied. I don't know, like I don't know how to put it, but I think that attention, like acceptance and all of that, It makes people pretend a lot in a relationship. And then some people, they will feel like, oh, if I'm not in a certain way, if I don't act in a certain way, this partner of mine will not accept me. Oh, the other time I saw him looking at one big girl in the street, looking at a girl driving a car, carrying what? Having bomb and all of that. So sometimes they say, oh, let me go and rent a car. Let me tell him that my father is a minister of this. My uncle is responsible for this, is in charge of this. Just to be accepted. Basically, I don't know.
And you know also that when you pretend, they said if you lie, you have to keep lying to
Of
protect,
course, of
to
course.
cover up
Pretense is
that
like
lie.
it's like a cancer. It's spread. When once you start doing it, it keeps spreading. Like you have to feed it. You know lies now, you have to feed lies. If you are pretending that you are rich, you have clothes to wear, you have to keep borrowing. Like you have to maintain that standard. So
Standard.
you keep, yes, of course. You keep doing a lot of things that you don't want to do.
Now let me ask you this funny question. A lot of people have the opinion that men in general, I'm talking more about the singles now. Men in general tend to like women who pretend a lot. Now, when you come naturally to a man, or maybe you tend to just do a cornrow with your hair, or meet them in that kind of manner, like, who is this one? I beg shifts. But if
Yeah.
you're well packaged, they tend to love you more or tend to fall in love with you, or just there's a connect instantly. Do you share this opinion?
Oh, no, I don't. Somebody that likes you will like you for you. Sometimes when they see you like that, they are like playing along with you. They will just be like, oh, this girl, she thinks I don't know what she's doing, just faking it. Some of these guys, they already know you. Like they know things about you that you think they don't know. And then you are coming flaunting yourself like that in front of them. At that point, me, I think they are just playing along, just catching cruise, just going with the vibe. That vibe you are giving them, that's what they are just going with the flow, and just trying to lay you on. That's how I
Wow.
feel.
Anyway, and I think also the men, Ray, can you hear us now? Can we join? Okay, Ray is here to join us. I'm going to throw some of these questions to Ray. Ray is from the opposite area. Let it not be as like, Ray, it's quite noisy from your end. Can you hear me? Hello, Ray, can you hear me? Okay, he seems to have the same network issues from Ray this morning, so I'll just continue with Paula. Now, Paula, a lot of young girls these days, they will want to like major in by all means. Now, we're not even just talking about relationship. For instance, Ray, it's quite noisy from your end, Ray. Now, for instance, while in school way back, we had this friend that lies so much, try to pretend each time, my father is this, my father is that, and that was not even relationship. You see your fellow girl, your fellow gender, you tend to lie so much. Now, what are some of the consequences of these pretense or lies people tell in relationship or in their lives?
Okay, like if you lie, you tend to lose a lot of friends, a lot of favors, some things that are supposed to come naturally to you. You just tend to imagine that you are in need of 10,000 naira, and then you are making somebody feel that you have a million. How will you get that? And then there is somebody around the corner, just around your corner there, that can help you. But because of how you brought yourself, one bad thing about it is that once you start, it's like you wouldn't want to stop. So like it makes you lose opportunities, you lose friends, you lose favors. Yeah.
Wow. That is Ray, can you hear me now? So we bring Ray. Ray, is your network okay now? Ray, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay, welcome, Ray. I don't know, but your network is a little bit shaky. We just have to make do with what you have. Now, Ray, tell me, when you hear the word pretense in relationship, what comes to your mind? But you have to position your face in a way that the viewers can see you properly.
Yeah,
Hello,
please come
Ray.
again.
Can you hear me? Okay, Paula, let's continue.
Okay, no.
But your network is not helping. We can't hear you from this end. We can hear you. If you can hear me, I just ask you, when you hear the word pretense in relationship, what comes to your mind?
Can you hear me?
Your network is not good, Ray. Now, Paula, let's talk
Yes.
about relationship in general. Now, a lot of young people, they want to be in a relationship for one reason or the other. People have different goals when they go into relationship. But now, when you hear the word pretense in relationship, how do you think we can cope this rising? Because I feel like a lot of people are really faking it in relationship for one reason or the other, like you did explain. They are not even bothered about what the outcome or the consequences might be later. They are just concerned about now, what they tend to achieve, what they tend to gain, whatever they want to do now. So, how can we even begin to make people feel accepted by your own self? You need to accept who you are, who you are. No matter what, like you did mention, I feel like a guy who wants to love you. We love you for who you are, not what you are. And how can we make people not accept their own self, their own who they truly are, instead of this
Okay.
fake life they live and they keep living because you have to use a lie or a fake to cover a fake?
Okay, first thing, I think we have to start from self-love. You have to love yourself, self-acceptance. You have to accept yourself for who you are. You have to know that no matter who you are, what you're going through, what you're facing, no matter how you look like, most importantly, you were created like that. God made you like that. There is nothing you can do. There is nothing you can do. If it's your situation, you know that, okay, what happened to you yesterday is how you walk, like how you work hard will determine what will happen to you today and tomorrow. So I think people should start accepting themselves for who they are. Just know that whatever your situation is, just accept it and work on yourself. Work hard to build that person you want to be, that person you want to pretend to be. Just work out to be that person for real. That is how I feel.
Okay, now, Paula, sometimes too, people pretend. When we hear the pretense in relationship, people could pretend for a good reason.
Yeah.
I've seen people, we've seen scenarios where people who are supposed to be very rich, they tend to be acting as if though they are broke just to get the attention of somebody or just to find true love. Of course, because of the society we live in, where people tend to love material things more than human beings. And now, because of this, people also pretend in the right reason. Now, do you think
Yes.
this is love? You classify this fake pretense, but doing it in the right way or for a right reason as being in love genuinely, of trying to find true love?
Just like you said, sometimes in our world today, sometimes you feel like when I bring myself out just the way I am, people will misunderstand me. Just like somebody that doesn't have will pretend that I have. It's the same thing, like somebody that has will be like, okay, if I should come to this person, will this person accept me for me or for what I have? So sometimes such people, you will tend to understand with them that they are just trying to find something real. It doesn't mean we should classify it as pretense, that first false pretense. I know they are pretending, of course, but they just want to find something real. They just want somebody to accept them. Okay, you are not coming after my money. You are not coming up because I have cars, because I can afford to do this and all of that. So in that situation, I think we should understand that they are trying to get the real thing. They are trying to get something real from it.
Now, at the end of the day, when you look at such people who try to pretend to find what is real, and people who try to pretend just to fake it, just to belong to a particular class. But let's look at it critically. Would that justify finding true love? Why not also? Because
No,
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 it
it doesn't.
doesn't mean because we live in a world where people tend to value material things more than humans. So you should pretend to find love. Because when we say pretense, that means you fake, that means you had to deceive somebody. That, for instance, people who want to just fall in love with people who are ordinary, not about the word. And tomorrow you show up with a jeep, a house. What do you think that is even justifiable?
No, it's not. You know, what is wrong is wrong. We should learn that what is wrong is wrong. So whether you are pretending to find true love, you are pretending for somebody to accept you, you're pretending because you don't feel comfortable, what is wrong is wrong. So what I want to say is that we should stop doing these things. Just present yourself the way you are. There is somebody that will love you whether you are poor. There is somebody that out there that will still love you whether you have the whole world. So present yourself the way you are. Whoever will accept you that way, I believe will. And you will see true love once you see that person, that, oh, that person is yearning for you, doesn't care whether you have flat bum, you have flat braids, or you have no money, you have mansions, or you can make your hair or not. You just see that person. When that person comes, you will see, like, you will feel it in your heart. Everything around you will be like, it will change. Like, I believe in that. I believe in true love, of course. It exists. You don't have to fake
But
anything to
also,
get it.
Paula, you know as well that we live in a society where if you don't look too good, men tend not to look at you. Just like the way you look beautiful this morning with your braids, you can't go out with your hair unkept because men will tend to see you as you are not neat, you are not
What
your.
if you can't afford to make your hair? What if you can't afford to make your hair?
Okay, if you can't afford to make your hair, then are you not trying to say that we do not dress to impress others? We should not dress to impress people.
Of course, we don't have to dress to impress anybody. I know they say dress the way you want to be addressed. We should look good. I'm not saying that we shouldn't look good. I'm just saying that be yourself. Be yourself. What you can afford, just do it. If you can afford to make your hair, why not? If you can afford to just, oh, wash your hair, weave it
But
at
not
that
but
moment.
but not on the expense of another person's pockets.
Of course, yes. You just be you. Just do you. Just be straightforward and simple. Just live your life the way it is. Live it the way you can afford to live it, not on anybody's pocket or just because you want to feel accepted.
Now, how do you think also? Because we now live in a world. Before the viewers, you can always join the conversation. Call us on that number showing on your screen to be part of this topic. Very interesting topic today because this is a world where everybody's faking. Is either you see one part of the body fake, or the face is fake, or anything fake. But regardless, you still have to look good because, of course, looking good is a good business. And because of the society we live in now, Paula, you know, a lot of people also will tell you that, especially the guys. Now, let's focus on the guys. They are even the major cause of this fake life in most of these girls have gotten themselves involved in.
Of
You
course,
see a
yes.
lot of guys, they will be dating somebody that is just there and they will not be lost in, according to you, following somebody else that is well packaged. You know,
Yes.
these days you can see a lot of girls, everybody knows how to do makeup, eyelashes, so whatever it is they put on just to make sure, okay, they feel among. Now, what do we have to, how do we change the mindset of these young girls? Because this society today, like I said, it's such it started from not just this our generation, but it's something we've been seeing. A lot of people are faking. You will even see house help when the boss travel, they will carry car just to impress one girl that I am the owner, I am the owner of this house. Meanwhile, following one girl, deceiving a girl. At the end of the day, these are the issues. It's not only the our gender. Let me say our gender. I don't want to say the women. Our gender, because a lot of people feel women fake it. They lie so much. They say this and they say that. But at the end of the day, Paula, now this society we live in, the young girls are really going astray. The rate at which a lot of them don't want to be themselves. You can hardly see a girl these days without eyelashes, without less on their eyes, and everything so low, so much long hair, so much colors. so some kind of things that are just nails. You can see some people that even for like a period of 1 year, you won't see their ordinary fingers. It's just nails. All this is just to impress somebody or to feel among. How do you think sincerely that we can stop this? For instance, I feel like you said, a man that loves you will always love you for who you are. I've seen a schoolmate way back in school. I tell you a story, Paula. Or when this in the university, I saw a classmate of mine that was having toothache, serious toothache. You know how that pain can be. It's very excruciating. So when she woke up with that toothache, it's not something that you want to say, let me even wear hair, let me wear clothes. She ran to the hospital, and with that scattered hair, with that 90, with that all that scattered self, she went to the hospital, and even the face was so swollen. And a guy saw her, and before you know, I like you. Like, I don't know, I just like you. And people, the next thing was marriage. We know that it doesn't always come that way, Paula. But what can we do in a society where faking it is not helping people, and you that is not faking it is as if you are just there, or everything that they leave you, they go, that they leave you behind? How do we not make these people now believe that if you are normal, if you are natural, if you are yourself, there's still something out there for you? How do we make them understand this?
Okay, they always say men are majorly carried away by what they
By
see.
what they see. I
I
love that.
think that is true. That is true. You will see a guy, like, sometimes it's not as if he really wants the person behind that body. He doesn't want you. He just going after what he's seeing at the moment. That curiosity is just curious. Oh, if I get to touch those boobs, if I get to touch that body, how will I feel? How will it feel? Let me just experience it. So basically, I just feel we should just, like, I will still say the same thing. Let us just be ourselves. And mind you, what you said about some people not going around without nails and all of that. You know that some people, they just love themselves like that. They just love to be like that. Some people,
They're packaging for their own self, you understand?
yeah, some people are just doing it for for themselves, not for anyone. Some
Any man,
people,
yes.
sometimes somebody will just dress up at home. You are wearing heels in your house alone with yourself. You're on heels. You're like, you are on makeup. So some people, it's just natural. It's just a normal thing for them. It's just a normal thing. They are not doing it to get attention, to seduce anybody or attract anybody. They are just doing it for themselves. And coming back to our world, with the way things are going, it doesn't mean you should just leave yourself, don't take care of yourself and all of that. But in as much as you want to feel belong in the world, you want to feel accepted, you should not do what you cannot don't do. You can't give what you don't have. You
Wow.
can't present who you are not. I just feel that, okay, I am Paula. What can I bring to the table? I am Paula. How do I like to look like? First of all, look like how you want to look like first, before you look like what other person wants you to look like. If you know that, oh, if you carry yourself today without, I just want to be today without makeup, just go like that, go with the flow. Sometimes, oh, when you just put the makeup, you see that you're uncomfortable, you are just like scratching, you are just trying, maybe you put on one jeans because your friend said you should, like, you are just trying to impress somebody. So I'm just saying that there is no need doing that. There is no need trying to impress anybody, as far as you know that what you are, what you look like makes you comfortable. And then women, we should learn to be comfortable in our own skin. That is what is killing us. We are not comfortable in our skin. Like, you see a lot of girls doing things because they just want to be like, oh, I see Messi, Ike, I see this person, this celebrity, this person is looking like this. They just want to be
The
like
rest.
that. So it's just funny. It's a pity anyway. It's a pity how like how we treat ourselves nowadays, and then how men want to look at us nowadays, just because, oh, we some of us, we can't afford to do this. They just feel that you don't belong or you don't have a good heart. They say appearance can be deceptive. That is
That
true.
is
If
true.
I want to look at somebody, look at the inside. The inside is what you should look at, not the outside. I know if you want to see somebody, you first of all see the person from the outside. I know, of course, that's natural. But of course, inside that person has a beautiful heart that you are ignoring just because you see that person putting on whatever you are seeing at that moment. And at the end, of course, they will go. They will not even last with those people. That is the funny thing. They will not. They just want to go and just feel among, just let me be able to tell my
Anyway,
friend that,
yeah.
oh, I met one
Anyway,
girl.
viewers, is such an interesting topic this morning. I'm still here with Paula. She's doing justice to this topic. The reason you should not fake it in that relationship, the reason, because you see, pretense can actually cause a relationship to hit the rock at the end of the day. Well, we'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll still be here with so many questions and tools.
Srtv. Innovative content. Global audience.
It's politics time on Srtv with your one and only host, Untitled Chris.
We all must be part of the governance. So join Daddy Chris every day 8 p.m. to dissect on the political situation in Nigeria.
You're welcome back from that quick break. I'm still here with Paula, and today's topic is pretense in relationship. Why do people pretend, knowing fully well that this can lead to a disastrous end of that relationship? But they still have to fake it for one reason or the other. These are the things you should learn from this show today. The reason you should not fake that relationship, be who you are, because when you try to copy somebody or you try to fake it, you limit yourself and your standard. Paula, I was going to ask you now, how do we even know what are the signs that somebody is faking it, somebody is lying, somebody is living under pretense in the relationship? How do we get to find out?
Sometimes when something is not real, it's very easy to detect, like the way you
But
talk.
some people can package very well, Obola, like for months, you
Yes,
won't
of
know.
course, I know some people can package very well, but even those that are professional, they still get to make mistakes. Of course, nobody is perfect. You will still get to make mistake. Maybe sometime somewhere your friend will just signal you from somewhere and will be like, oh, is it not that Paula that I saw that day living this kind of fake life and all of that? So once something is fake, it's very hard to hide. No matter how long you hide it, it will still come out. It will.
There's this girl in my street there that used to come and drop in front of our house. Each time they bring her, the cars will always go. She will be telling people she lives in this compound. For whatever reason, she was hiding from her mom. But at the end of the day, we got to find out that she was actually lying because their house is not too very,
Of
and
course, I've seen that.
and people that I had to call her that, babes, this is not the right thing to do, because eventually this man will want to marry you. They will ask you,
Of
show me the
course.
way to your mother's house. So what are you going to do at that point? You come to my house? This is not even funny. And we have Ray here with us. Hopefully the network will be okay now. I really wanted Ray to be part of this discussion as a relationship expert, but unfortunately this morning network is not doing us very good. Now, Paula, what are some of the psychological effects of faking it? People don't tend to know that this thing you're doing could hurt you or hurt somebody on the process. Sometimes you feel, okay, I'm just trying to be me, I'm just trying to feel I'm not among, I'm just trying to grab this one no matter what. If I have to lie to get it, to be in this relationship, it's fine. Now, we've seen issues like that where, for instance, I tell you a story where in the church, two people are in love and they came and knowing fully well that with your genotype, you cannot get married. But the guy had to fake it, had to lie. And at the end of the day, after so much money wasted on traditional, when they came to the church, back to the city, they had to find out that their genotype is not a match, and so they cannot be wedded. And that was a very, very long story. I just Had to cut it short. So now, okay, we have Ray. Ray, can you hear me now? Hello, Ray, can you hear us? Wow, this Ray network today. Ray, can you hear me? Okay, we're still having issues with Ray. The network there, I don't know where Ray, I don't know. I'm believing Ray is out of Abuja because that network cannot be Abuja network. I don't want to believe. Abuja network be like Yankee network, so I don't believe say Ray did it. Anyway, Paula was still here, like I was saying. Let's talk about what the psychological effects, what the damage this could cause to you or the person you're trying to fake it just to be with.
Okay. For me, I think it will cost you your mental health because each second you are thinking of what to do, like instead of okay being straightforward and real, you are thinking of how to fake one lie to another, who to connect with, oh friends to say, oh help me say it like this or help me to do it like this. Some people, they don't even have friends to carry along in that kind of lifestyle, they just do it themselves. So I think it affects your mental health and even that person that you are relating that with, because that person will be like, oh, constantly trying to find out who you are, like the real you. The person is restless, like always trying to okay meet your friends. The person will want to meet your family members sometime at some point, just to get somebody that will tell him or her the real person about you, the real thing about you. So I think it makes you mentally unstable. Yeah, it makes you mentally unstable as a person trying to do all those
You need
kind
to
of
laugh and when you begin to say, my brother owns the gym, I own the this is this. And we live in a world where hair, clothes has become the order of the day. People lie so much. But another thing about lies, don't you think that women even love lies? Because you will see a sincere guy, Paula, that will be doing well, though, that because he just any little does not have one posh house, or because he's starting from one room, you go see the girl say, who be this one? I beg shift to. But so that is why men also tend to lie, package just to get your attention. And you could even see people. I've seen I don't want to mention that name here on the show, who used to take a girl to the friend's house just because he really loved this girl sincerely, but the girl was, who is this one? The guy had to go and package. And when she was pregnant, the thing has gone far, he had to take again. So his own house, which is one room somewhere in Cuba. All hell was broken that day. But what can you do at that point? Because women love lies. They don't tend to want to respect those guys that genuinely try to start up. Like they just feel I cannot start up. Already made man. It's not me that will come and do a beer with me, suffer with me, and all that kind of life.
so for me, some women just take this thing too much, like too far. I know we all need a good life, we want a good life. In as much as we want that, I just think we should just give life a chance, give people a chance, not to make these people fake who they are not. Like the story you just told is like it happens almost every now and then. And then I wonder, why do all those things? I know, okay, you want a man that will be there for you, you want a man that can afford this and that for you, but it doesn't mean you should push that man to do what he doesn't have, to give what he doesn't give. And for me, to that man who will want to do that, I think you are not doing it right. You are not getting it right at all. Just present what you have. The person, if that
But
person,
Bola, Bola, but also that, for instance, at least let's even move away into adult matters now. Let's talk about sex, right? When we know in relationship, a man will want to be with a woman. A man will know that, oh, this woman, I love her. Is somebody I think I can date, I can go out with. Is somebody I think maybe I might even marry this lady. And the first time, the first date is a topic I want to deal on its own because it's quite lengthy. But let's talk about the first meeting now. People begin to count these are my dons, these are my dislike, these are my like. And at the end of the day, Paula, you know, even when we talk about sex, some men will want to love you, marry you, but they still want to have you the first day, which is a topic I will discuss another day. But you see, guys, they will come and tell you, I really love you, I want us to date, and they want to touch you, I want to have something to do with you as adults. And then you start saying, oh, please, I'm not interested, if that's the reason you came and all that. But you will still see another man in that same scenario coming to use lies to bombast your head and all the sweet things you need to hear before you now start opening your or pulling down your pants, knowing fully well that somebody else said that thing, but because maybe they didn't use sweet words, or you want to tell them, oh, I will be cheap. They will say I'm cheap. As a woman, you're not supposed to just go into a relationship and have sex. You have to wait. You know that make believe, that cliche in our society, that once you meet a guy, you have sex with them, it makes you very cheap. And so you tend to pretend for some time, even though you are into the guy already, just to uphold that standard of African woman, or as a woman, that okay, I am not cheap. But at the end of the day, you still end up having sex with them. Now let's talk about this, Paula.
Okay, for me, I think it depends on what the lady wants, the lady in question wants. Because sometimes, whether you give yourself on the first day or you don't give yourself, oh, it's still the same thing. Any man that wants to play you and run will still play you and run. So for me, I think that doesn't matter.
It will
Just
still
if you
chop you
like
clean
the
mouth.
person,
Still move ahead.
yeah, of course. If you like this person, you want to have anything, we just go ahead and have it. Nobody is an angel, nobody is good on the first day, and anybody that present the way you are on the first day, I know feelings turn to die, of course, but it depends on how you maintain those feelings in that relationship, your attitude and all of that, the peace and all of that. Some people will come to you, they want peace, you don't give them that peace, that they will change on the second day. So I feel like, what do you have in mind as a lady that is going into that relationship? Because sometimes it's what we have in mind that determines what we will get and what will happen to us at the end of the day.
Debate.
So yeah.
Wow. I think that we are all at fault when it comes to pretense in relationship. Now, I'm not going
Yes,
to
of
stand here
course.
today and blame the other gender or blame my
Of
gender.
course.
We all are at fault because you see this packaging, especially in Nigeria, this fake life. No, no, no. Oh my goodness, that is something that has come to destroy the youth. When you look at youth today, lots of them, they are no longer living they are no longer themselves. You will see
Of
a
course.
guy coming to check a babe. Person want to say, me and you grow up for the same street. You they speak for them, hello, blah 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 blah. Speaking in a way I don't understand. Where did you get that tongue from? Guy, I know you from the one just to try to impress me. Or you will not see a guy that I've known before, somewhere around that you won't even know I know you very well. And the next thing you come and you start telling me, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I fell from the sky, not a human being born me. I dey work for this, I dey work for that. I just feel like, and for most people like us, that is even a turn off. If you want to come to me, come as you are, as a normal human being. Don't come and
Yeah,
add and carry baggages and try to impress me
of
and that. Like I
course.
said, we live in a
Let
fake
me
world.
quickly say this. On my way to this place this morning, I ran
Okay,
into a girl. This
okay,
girl saw a guy like, oh, say, wow, this is my crush, my kind of man.
my
But they were
spec.
like, maybe the guy noticed that this babe was looking at him. Oh. So the guy now brought out a phone, say, please, can I have your number? Do you know that this girl was like, the guy brought out the touchlight phone.
Hmm.
And then this girl was like, I don't know how to use this kind of phone.
Okay,
I was like,
maybe sincerely she's from the Indomie generation. Some of them really don't know how to use touchlight
no,
phones. They don't even know how to use
she got
phone touch.
she got disappointed. She was expecting a big phone. Oh, this kind of
iPhone
guy.
14
Oh,
Pro
this
Max, that
guy is
kind
the
of
kind of guy
packaging.
that I want. Because the guy actually looked very, very good. And then she was expecting that the pocket should be the same with his looks.
Everything will look good as
Yeah,
well.
but she didn't get that and she was disappointed.
Well, anyway, that kind of thing. Funny enough, the guy might just want to even try her and say,
Of
okay,
course, it's
let me even
possible.
see if this person, yes, let me even see if this person now that is already liking me.
Yes.
We still like me for who I am, not what she's seeing now. We like the
Of
inside.
course.
And the guy decided to play a fast one on her, and she, of course, fell for that.
And
Now,
I'm not sure she gave the guy a wrong number. So I'm
wow.
sure.
This is quite a funny because I've been in a scenario also where we went for a wedding. We were all at the same table. We only met there the first time. So all of us there, Abuja now, packaging life. All of us were just there. And before you know, wedding was off, we were going. These two people exchanged contact. They were doing all that. They were doing love. A lot of people. They were all laughed and we went. And when we were going to the car park, the guy, I went to my car, entered, and the guy said, the girl was not telling that guy, say, how far, bro? What's your own car? She was walking very fast towards me, whether it is say we'll come together, self, I don't know. I just entered my car, like, do you want a ride? I'm going this way to go to so, or you could join me if that's your direction. And she was so disappointed that this guy actually did not come with a car. I was like, I don't understand. So why I gotta waste my time with this one, sis? Now, I don't understand. They waste my energy. They laugh. They force myself, they laugh with them. I'm like, babes, I don't get you. You follow men because of car, but you yourself, you can get a car. So
Of
why are you
course.
somebody to give you a car?
Of
When
course.
you get people want to get car, you be babe like me. So get yourself a car if you want a car. Even though we know that we should be in a Ray is actually calling. I don't know if we can connect
Okay.
yes to Ray via audio, but this is the call from Ray this morning. Okay, Ray, you have to call the other line. That is the only way we can do. Ray really wants to be part of this discussion, but we can't seem to have him on our show today. So I'll just tell him to call the London number, the UK number. Okay, so we can actually have Ray here. That would be awesome because we need Ray here with us. Ray, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Ray, not be smarty network. Network don't do you shake it today.
I swear I don't try call for men.
Okay, Ray, you have missed quite a lot because we're just about wrapping up the show. But because you're here and because of how network don't deal with you, make a pity you stay small. Now tell us what comes to your mind when you hear pretense in relationship. Why do you think people pretend from both gender? Don't use anti-face also say because we be women. Why do you think people pretend just to be in relationship?
See, I tell you, hello?
We can hear you. Go
I
ahead.
thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Ray.
Most men, they don't pretend.
Okay.
They tell you the truth. They tell the ladies the truth, but the ladies fail to understand. So once they fail to understand, they'll start to lie. But you are wrong.
Ray,
Hello?
I don't want to see. Let's not fight this morning. You can't say it's only babes that are pretending. No, I will not agree to that. Even the guys, they are worse. They will impregnate a girl before they will take the girl to their real house. What does that mean? It's fake life. They'll go and carry their friend's car and impress a girl. They'll go and carry their boss card and impress. They'll go to their gas house. They will not take you to their real house and take you to one big mansion. What is that, Ray? Is that not a fake or pretense?
It's fake life, but you can't conclude. You can't conclude. Listen, can you hear me?
All right, go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
As a lady, as a mature lady, as a lady that you are, you should know what is good and what is bad.
Okay.
If somebody is coming to deceive you, you know.
Okay.
You know. Because if any guy is coming to car, one will pay and the millionaire, asking for 20,000 before you even to laugh. You will know that this person is just fake.
So okay, now Ray, you are encouraging us to take money from men, right?
No, I don't say you should not take money from men. I say, for example,
Okay.
somebody that is coming like me now, if I'm coming to ask you out now, I make you believe that I'm done that zero, I'm done that I have too much money. when you now ask me for money, I start lying. You know that this person is fake.
So what about some people that will go? They will go and borrow just to.
Not so impressed. Even those guys can go and borrow Ray. Hey, like
Yes,
someone like
now
Ray now,
somebody can
that
just
they can go
oh.
and borrow.
We can go
Yes,
and
anybody
borrow
that go and borrow that go extra mile,
or go and steal
it's as
even.
if the person likes you a bit.
Okay, I love this part of it.
Because life is 50-50.
Okay.
What if that person is just doing that to get in between? Maybe he just wants, maybe sometimes it can be a bait, you know. Okay, I can get this girl, I can get this girl. You know,
Yes.
people do that. And then they do anything just to get that girl. What if is
Get
that
that here because people
that
are
is that
asking you so
situation?
sorry
That kind
at least.
of
Yes. Right now, but it's still up to you, you the lady. It's up to you whether to open or close.
Now, Ray,
If somebody's working,
okay, go ahead.
hello?
Go ahead, Ray. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Good. Good. If somebody walk up to you now, it's either yes or no, and you know what you want. Not like anybody's fucking you. You know what you want. Now you carry your leg go there.
Okay, Ray, but my question is, why do you think people pretend in relationship? It could be the male gender or the female. Sometimes people just pretend to fake it, to be in love with you.
The both.
Also want to be in relationship for one reason.
Both.
Why do you think people pretend to be in
The male
relationship?
and the female.
Okay.
What did you say?
Why do you think people pretend to be in relationship?
Why do people pretend?
Yes, to be in relationship. Why do they pretend in relationship?
A lot of people pretend for 1,001 reasons now.
Give us some of these reasons,
what are
Ray.
the reasons?
Okay, good. Right now, I'm dating you now, and you have money more than me. Hello?
Go ahead, Ray.
And you have money more than me. That means their date, I will respect you. That's one of the reasons. Money. Number one reason, money. Number two, money. Number three, money. Number four, money. Number five, money.
Okay, Ray. So you think people just pretend to
Hello?
be in love with you so they can get money from you, they can get stuff from you, material stuff.
See, me coming to ask you out, you are looking good now. So you still need to look good.
Okay, that point is
Hello?
taken. Yes, Ray, your network is not really good this morning, but we're just trying to manage. You
Ah.
said people
Hello,
tend to do
Kessy.
things. Yes, Ray, I'm here. I can hear you.
Network is poor.
Hello, Ray. Yes, his network is very bad. So, and we're wrapping up the show anytime now. So we just have to let Ray go because of the network issue. Well, that is quite interesting. And one of the points he said, and one of the reasons why people tend to pretend in relationship, like what Paula did say earlier, is to get material stuff, is to get money, or just to feel among, or just to feel accepted. You just feel you want to be accepted by some group of person, by society, or by whatever, I don't know. But really, really, I think, Paula, so what do we do? What would
Even
be your...
pressure.
Hello? Ray,
What?
can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, Ray, I don't know where you are, but like it's as if you're in the bush this morning because your network is really, really bad. Let's talk now, Ray.
Ah.
Just we'll let you go shortly, but what do you think? How do you think we can? You already said that when somebody is faking it, it's easy to identify. But in a society
Yes.
where if women don't dress properly or they tend to do things that their mates are doing, you tend to look down on them to say, who be this babe? I beg this one a liability or make it shift. So what do you think?
Yeah.
You don't think that is the reason why women are faking it?
Right now, yes, that's the reason why they're taking peer pressure.
Pressure.
You see
Peer
your
pressure.
small daughter. Yeah, your small daughter carrying phone straight, iPhone 12 Pro Max. And you are using ordinary Android phone. The pressure will be too much on you. So you intend to do what you're not supposed to do.
To do. And now, why do you think that there's this popular saying that women love to be women, we love lies because they feel like we tend to look down on guys, so we love lies instead of truth. Do you believe? Do you share this same school? Do you stand with this school of thoughts?
How did you say?
There's this saying that women love lies, and I make they always they bombard our head with different lies, black and white. You believe her?
Yes, 100%.
So Ray, all the guys when you talk about it for your
Don't
life,
be
they
all
like
oh.
lies. Ray, can you hear us? Say 100%. I don't get it.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I speak for myself and a few sincere ones. I don't think everybody loves lies.
100%. You people love lies. 100.
Anyway, Ray, because of time, we will have to go today. Another day, we'll have another part of this pretense because obviously, if we continue today, we're going to do this program beyond my own time. Other people have shows as well. Anyway, Ray, so what do you think your final words to the youth? Can you hear me, Ray?
Bye. Bye. Thank you for having me.
All right, bye. Paula, just before we let you go, your final words to the youth because they are the main reasons why we're here today. You see people who are supposed to be genuinely in love, people who are supposed to find love genuinely because of the pressure of society to feel among. These days, if you are not holding iPhone, they tend to look down on you, like Ray did points out. That is a very, very serious thing. People pretend they have. I did have a friend, not really a friend, somebody I met who bought the iPhone patch and put behind her phone for whatever reason I don't know. That is faking it. And like I told her, you don't need all this. And I said, no, since to a beg, now what you guys want? I know so that the guy will not say me too. If he left will not reach his iPhone, make it not complete. But
Yes.
that is not iPhone inside. It says it's not packaging. So these are the issues, Paula. What do we do? What's your last words to young people
Okay.
genuinely who wants to be in love, who wish to be in love?
Okay, I just want to advise young people out there to keep it real. Keep it real, be yourself. Just try as much as possible to avoid unnecessary peer pressure because that can lead you to do a lot of wrong things. And try to work hard too. There is nothing like, oh, I want my man to do this for me all the time. You have your hands, you have your two hands. What are you using them for? Try to be responsible for yourself. Once you love yourself, you are responsible. Sometimes some ladies, once you can afford this, like you will not want you will not want to fake it out there for anybody to accept you or to love you or to take you. You just have to be yourself. Work hard for yourself. If you want a car, if you want a man to carry you in a car, why not try and get it yourself? Try and work towards getting that car for yourself. Your own is your own. What if a man carries you today and tomorrow the car is no longer there? What will you do?
What will you do?
What will you do? So because of all these things, we just be stable. Allow your mental health to be to be stable. Just allow yourself to think, to reason, to love life. Life is sweet. Love is real. There is still true love out there. You don't have to fake it for you to find it. You don't have to. So I just want to advise everybody out there listening to me this afternoon to try and be real. Be real with your life. Just be real. No matter what you do, be real. No matter who you are, be real. If you are poor, be real. You are rich, be real. Just be yourself. And who will want you the way you are will come for you.
For
Believe
you.
me, that person will definitely come.
come for
Thank
you.
you.
That would be a very good place we have to wrap up the show. You see that my guest Paula did quite a justice and even read the little time he spent with us did justice. Yes,
Thank
and I want your take home today to be love is real, love is out there, no matter who you are, where you're from. There must be somebody out there for you. You don't need to fake it, you don't need to pretend
you.
to be in love or just to find love. Well, Paula, thank you so very much for
Thank
being
you
on the
so
show.
much for having me. Thank you so much. Thank
Viewers,
you. Thank
before we
you.
let you go, don't forget to hit on the notification bell. Follow us on our social media handles on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and invite somebody also to the page. While you're out there, it's weekend, and yes, it's fun time. Drive carefully, please drive carefully. Don't drink and drive. And of course, if you must drink, stay at home or stay in the bar, but not in your steering wheel. And when you are out there, remember also that it's Saturday. It's good to have fun, relax, stay hydrated, and remember, peace is priceless. So let's give peace a chance. Bye.
SRTV. Innovative content. Global audience.